Pull it in closer. Pull it in closer,
Friends of Joe
please.
Fontana, please come in. Bring it in, everyone. Want to make sure everybody can hear me and Evelyn. Come on in, everyone. Don't be shy.
We want everybody to hear us.
I can't hear you.
If you can't hear me, you got big freaking trouble.
I know ears.
Okay. Friends of Joe Fontana, thank you so much for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it. Wildwood isn't the same without Joe being here, and I think it's a wonderful tribute to him that the Golden Knights, the Skyliners, of which he was a member for 25 years of both corps. There's not too many people around that you can say that about, and he was very precious to us. I want you all to know I spoke to his wife Lois about a month and a half ago, and I told her what we had planned to do, and she was thrilled. She wanted to thank everybody, and she said at some point this weekend it was important to her that you raise a glass and have a toast to Joe. It didn't matter what it was that you drank, she said, because Joe would drink anything if you put it in front of him. So, with that said, I do want to relate a few words about Joe. When I think of Joe, I think of friendship and loyalty. And I want to know, is Eddie Golat here?
He says he can't.
He's not here? Okay.
He's here.
It's too much. He just can't do it.
Okay. So what I want to say about Joe is I read a lot of Facebook posts and a lot of emails. Everyone had tremendous things to say about Joe. And I was trying to think what would be, the most poignant thought that I wanted to tell everybody about Joe. And one of the guys in the Golden Knights, his name is Eddie Golat. He grew up with Joe and the Staten Island Lawmen, and he knew Lois before he knew Joe. They were also on the New York City Police Department together. And what Eddie wrote was, when he was walking the beat in downtown Manhattan, and he got into trouble, and he got into a scuffle, and he called into headquarters, the first person every time that would come racing around on his scooter would be Joe Fontana. And boom, he'd whack some guy in the head with his nightstick, and it was over. but that's the kind of guy Joe was. First guy there anytime Eddie was in trouble. And that kind of goes to the loyalty that he showed to both the Golden Knights and the Skyliners. And I can relate to you from the Golden Knights of knowing Joe for over 25 years and being on a music committee with him. There were times that our drumline was very, very lean, and Joe maybe was the only only snare drummer at practice, and sometimes he might have been the only snare drummer in a show, but he was loyal to us, and he never quit. And those kinds of qualities in a person, the loyalty that I'm talking about, is something, camaraderie also grows out of that, and that's something that we all have in common here. This is our thing. The drum corps is ours, and it doesn't matter what corps you're in, other corps. This is our thing. This is what we celebrate together. All I hear about all weekend is, oh, this is great. We've just this is better than high school reunions. These are lifelong friendships, and it's what we do. So it is to be celebrated. With that, Evelyn.
Okay. I know Joe since 1979. I apologize, this is going to be a little tricky. And those of us who know Joe know that there were very significant things about him. As Joe said, friendly. This was the friendliest guy you could ever want to meet. Talk to anybody about anything, but especially drumming. He also could talk about anything. He would talk and talk and talk. He was relentless sometimes. You wanted to say, enough, Joe. And to that point, I want to say how I met Joe and what Joe kind of meant to me. It's going to be the hard part. as I said, 1979 or 78. And a bunch of my friends were in a corps called Bill's Boys on Long Island. And Joe was one of the people there. And so I was going around following the corps, you know, my friends are there. And Joe started in on me. You gotta come join, you gotta come join, you gotta come join. Now, I was a fifer. I played a fife in a fife drum and bugle corps. This was a drum and bugle corps. I couldn't play anything, but he just kept at me and at me and at me, and he eventually talked me into doing it, as Joe could do. He could persuade you to do almost anything. And so I joined Bill's Boys, and I was in the color guard. And then in the 80s, again, my friends moved from Bill's Boys to Skyliners, and so again, I'm following my friends and hanging out with the corps. And again, Joe only marched in the competing corps 1 year, 1981. Oh, in 1968. But in 81, he was there when I was following my friends. And again, he started, come on, Evelyn, join. You're going to have a great time. Remember Bill's Boys? Come on. And so he was another, not the only reason this time, but another reason why I joined the Skyliners competing corps. And to say it again, the same thing happened in the 90s when the Alumni corps started. And Joe was a member of both Sky and SAC. And again, he said to me, come on, Evelyn, you can do this, come on. And here I am, 25 years later, because of Joe Fontana, with the Skyliners, and I marched with SAC. I'm very proud to say that he got me in here. I'm grateful that he got me here to meet all these wonderful people and to be part of the drum corps family that is the Alumni circuit. So, to Joe Fontana.
Joe
Fontana.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. So what we're going to do now is we're going to walk over to the light. To the light. Joe's calling us to the light.
The light or the cross light?
The street light. And when we get over there, we're going to first sing Blessed Sacrament's corps song. And for those who don't know, it is basically hum, battle, hymn. So just about anybody can do that.
And please, everyone, join in.
And please join in. Then we will sing the 3 doo-wop songs. What's Your Name, In the Still of the Night, and Diamonds and Pearls. If there is anyone here who has a good singing voice and would like to start us on those, please step forward.
I have somebody that's called
Jerry. Okay, great.
Jerry Nappy.
Awesome. And then, after we finish those 3 songs, I'm going to say another couple of words, and then we will sing Gabarina, Skyliners corps song.
Okay, all right.
And then after that, if anyone would like to sing anything else or say anything about Joe, we will open it up. Okay? Head over.
Thank you, Evan.